In 2025, the government finally released files they kept secret for years. Files about things that really happened, things they didn't want us to see. What's inside these papers will change how you think about everything. This is what they've been hiding. Hundreds of Trump-era files came out this year, but we're going to look at the 8 most shocking ones. Did the government know who killed JFK and stay quiet? Were Trump's pardons given as favors to friends? Did the Secret Service really lose control on January 6th? Or were they told what to do? I'm the Forgotten Files, and here's what we found. January 24th, 2025. The JFK assassination records, final release. President Trump ordered the release of the last JFK files. What we found answers that first question. Yes, the CIA knew Lee Harvey Oswald was dangerous. They'd been watching him for months. But here's what's worse. They never told the Secret Service. The files show Oswald contacted Soviet officials in Mexico City weeks before Dallas. The CIA recorded those calls. They knew he was unstable. They knew he had weapons training. But bureaucracy and pride kept them silent. Different agencies protecting their own secrets while a president died. 3 agents quit after reading these files in 1963. Their resignation letters, now public, use words like preventable tragedy and institutional failure. One wrote, "We had the puzzle pieces. We just never put them together." But there's something else in these papers. Something about FBI surveillance that connects to files we'll see later. Files about how the government watches its own people. Files that show this pattern didn't end in 1963. What you'll learn about the FBI's modern spying methods will make the JFK cover-up look small. March 25th, 2025. FBI's Crossfire Hurricane files finally saw daylight. This was the FBI's secret investigation into Trump's 2016 campaign. What's inside shows how far the government will go to watch American citizens. The FBI started spying on Trump campaign workers in July 2016. No court approval, no warrants, just agents deciding they didn't like what they heard. They planted informants in campaign meetings, they recorded phone calls, they followed people to restaurants and hotels. Agent Peter Strzok's notes reveal the real motivation. It wasn't about Russia. It was about stopping Trump from winning. The notes say, "We can't let him become president." Not because of evidence, because of politics. The FBI chose sides in an election. They created fake evidence to get wiretap approvals. They lied to judges. They destroyed phones and deleted messages when investigators got close. One supervisor wrote in his diary, "This isn't law enforcement. This is political warfare." The files show 17 different constitutional violations. Americans spied on for their political beliefs. But this connects to something bigger. Something about how modern surveillance works. Something that will shock you when we get to the Secret Service reports about January 6th. Then came the DOJ internal debate on Capitol riot charges. The Department of Justice files about Roger Stone tell a story about justice for sale. In February 2020, prosecutors wanted Stone to get 7 to 9 years in prison. But then phone calls happened. Calls between the White House and the Justice Department. Attorney General Bill Barr's text messages show the pressure. "POTUS wants this fixed now," one message reads. Another, "Stone case needs to disappear." Career prosecutors who spent months building the case were told to step aside. 4 of them quit rather than reduce Stone's recommended sentence. The files reveal the exact timeline. Trump tweeted his anger at 1:07 a.m. By 9:15 a.m., DOJ officials were already drafting new sentencing memos. Justice moved at the speed of presidential anger. Stone went from facing nearly a decade in prison to getting just over 3 years. Internal DOJ emails show staff calling it corruption in real time. One prosecutor wrote, "We're not the Department of Justice anymore. We're the Department of Presidential Wishes." Another said, "This is how democracy dies, not with bombs, but with phone calls." But Stone's case wasn't alone. These files reference dozens of other special handling cases. Cases involving Trump allies who got different treatment. This pattern leads directly to the next file. Trump's pardon request logs tell us everything. Were Trump's pardons rewards for loyalty? The logs from Trump's final weeks prove it. Between December 2020 and January 2021, 2,400 pardon requests flooded the White House, but only certain people got through. The files show a clear pattern. Campaign donors who gave over $50,000 got their calls returned. Business partners got meetings. Family friends got pardons. Everyone else got nothing. Justice became a VIP service for the wealthy and connected. Jared Kushner's father got a pardon after the family donated $2.3 million to Trump campaigns. Steve Bannon got one after promising to stay loyal. Roger Stone's pardon came with a handwritten note. Thanks for never flipping. These weren't acts of mercy. They were payments for silence. The most disturbing file is labeled insurance policies. It lists people who know too much and need protection from prosecution. These weren't criminals seeking forgiveness. These were witnesses being bought off. The pardon power became a tool to obstruct justice. White House lawyers called it the most corrupt use of presidential power in American history. But what's coming next makes even this look small.